Hello. I wanted to hop on here because I have a little message. So I don't normally do these standing up, but it's a lot of energy that I kind of want to show. So first of all, I hope that whatever it is that you're experiencing in your nows, that you are meeting yourself with as much grace as you can. This past week for me was just like super intense. It was like anything that needed to be or could have been brought up that was going to bring me like the deepest fear, the fear of loss, the fear of abandonment, the fear of this, the fear of that, like the not enoughness outside of myself. Like it was just, it all came into my reality for me to like look at, be with, give myself grace for, remind myself that like, hey, everything's abundant, because duh, it's just, we live in an abundant everything. So anyway, so now I'm like moving into this week and I'm like feeling into it. And although I don't care to know like what this week has in store, because I feel like it's all mutable and I can't plan for it. I can look at the planets and whatever. That's just not my bag. However, I realized this recently. I tend to see things on like the super micro, like patterns of everything into like cells, DNA, fractals, codes of everything. And then I can see the super macro, like I can see or experience or sense, whatever, translate the way the planets are moving. I can't tell you what planet is doing what, because that's just not my bag. And so what I'm picking up on this macro that I really just want to share, and the why behind it all. So here we are in October, the beginning part of October 2021. And I've been picking up on this timeline for a while now, and I want to share it in hopes and with the intention that it's of service. So what I'm kind of picking up on is I feel like October is going to be pulling in a lot of energy toward us. Like I see it like this, like yes, it's a lot of energy, like it or not, right? Like it's not necessarily good or bad. It's just, it's a lot of energy for us to try on new ways of being. A lot of opportunities for us to create new things, try new things. How does this look? How does this feel? Kind of like just pulling in all this energy and kind of like trying it out like that. As we start to move into November, it's going to be like humble pie being served all over the place. And if you've ever had a lived experience like this is what I feel like it's going to be like. When you think you're real good at something and you go out there to do it and you realize that you're not, you know, that like you trip up, you stumble, you mess up. Someone comes and joins and they're actually better than you and they like kind of call you out, or you recognize it. Just like that, like kind of like, ooh, snap, I'm not as good as I thought I was. Not that you're bad. It's just that reflection of, oh my God, I still get to learn so much. That's what I see November kind of being like, where we are going to be served all of this humble pie, which kind of makes sense, right? Because like if October is like all of this energy for us to try on new things, right? Try on a new way of being, trying on being in surrender, trying on being in our movable bodies, trying on being in rest, trying on a new career, trying on a new relationship with someone else or ourselves, right? Like all these opportunities to try these things on. And then what we do with this newness is we like to show it off. We don't mean to. We just kind of get like, I got this, yes I do. And we go out there and that's when we're like, oh shit, right? So that's how I see November being. Like humble pie all over the place, which if we can eat the humble pie, it is so beautiful, because then we start to expand, right? We start to give ourselves more grace. We start to look into more options of ways of being. We can acquire more knowledge, ask for support, offer more support. Like all this is really good. And it doesn't mean it may not suck, okay? So there's that. But like suck is just like, what is it? It's just not necessarily comfortable, but like F that noise. Like change is not necessarily comfortable, but it's inevitable and we always benefit from it when we're open to. That's the point, right? Is being open to experience the humbling of the human. I feel like November, when I feel into it, this is what I do. Literally. It feels humbling. And then December. December's been loud. December feels to me like this. Oh God. Like that. Like I'm just, can I just like hide? I don't really like it. Oh God, it's uncomfortable. Ugh. You know, because sometimes when we get served that humble pie, we can also imagine if everybody gets served humble pie and how some people react when they get served humble pie, right? Sometimes they're like, oh my God, humble pie, I'm a human, so much grace. Other times when people get served humble pie, they're like, fuck this, I'm gonna project because I'm not comfortable with my flaws because I'm still too busy judging them, so I don't want to deal with them because I can't cultivate forgiveness and acceptance for myself. So we may be watching on this game show of life some people like eating that humble pie and being like, damn, grateful, while others are going to be like cognitive dissonance overload and like, I don't compute, must control, must project, must retaliate, right? Like robot. Because that's how I see it. And so December is going to be like that space of like, oh shit, right? Because watching that play out, whether it's you, right, and you're watching your life play out, if you're acting out in that way or watching others act out in that way, like, yo, it's like, ugh, you just don't want to see that shit. And no matter what, if you have chosen to take the humble pie, then there's this opportunity and time, to me, what I'm seeing in December, to be able to really go inward and just to be with those new truths. You know, those things that say, I'm so good and beautiful and brilliant and loving and radiant in so many ways. And because I am still human, I get to have these places that I get to grow through. And not that they're bad, right? Like, and really cultivating that space to go inward, to feel whatever duality feels like without any judgment, but seeing it all as divine love. So that's going to be a process for a lot of people. We'll all get opportunities. It's like, don't worry, we're all playing the game. So what I'm seeing for December is this like, oh shoot, I just want to go in, go. Like it's very wincing to me. When I tap into January, it feels like it like literally it like moves through my body. So it feels like I don't want to. That's what January feels like to me. I don't want to. Whatever that plays out to be, that's what I'm picking up on. I don't want to. Which I can only imagine how that's going to play out, like for real. February, I'm seeing it being like in that like I don't want to, and kind of going like this, like kind of like starting to like look around a little bit. Like, okay. So I see with more clarity now. I can see the wounded. I can see the seeds. I can see what's growing. I can see the destruction. I can see the creation, like starting to like see everything, but not necessarily getting out in it yet, right? But like kind of being like, oh, okay. Like kind of like taking stock and really being a witness. That's what I see February as. An opportunity, okay? March, it's kind of like, this is how I see March, y'all. I like the way March is feeling, personally. It feels like it's gonna be real exciting. Like you're sitting there in this like thing and you've kind of been like compacted into yourself for so long. And you're like, okay, so I've taken stock. I kind of see it. I like some shit. I don't like some shit. It's all fine. I'm accepting it all because at this point, like, fuck it. So March is that feeling of like, fuck it. March feels like fuck it to me, you know? And almost like that, fuck it. Like it just is. Okay, I'm going out now. You know, I'm gonna step into this reality. That's how I'm seeing March. Like you get up out of the chair, you get up out of the lazy boy, you open the door and you take that step because fuck it, why not? Because you're done not. You're done not doing it. You're done, you in general, we're done not living and playing and creating and coming together. We're like over it. And in that space, I feel like so many people in the collective human like earth experience are going to be doing that. It's going to be like a catapult. It's like this collective consciousness. It's like da 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 da. Is how it's going to kind of feel by the end of March. Like new reality. This is what you're working with. Like that. I feel like that'll be closer to the end of March. I feel like the beginning of March is going to be like, is it okay? I'm opening the door, gonna look out. I can't not go outside because I've been inside all this damn time. That's how I'm seeing the energy happening for the rest of October, November, December, and January, February, and March. I have no idea what the planets are doing. This may align with whatever galactic dance that's happening, but this is the download that won't shut up, and it's been this way now for a couple years. And now it's like, okay, here you go, y'all, whatever that looks like, you know? And the point to me for all of this is for grace. Is so that grace can just be what I take in and wear as the cloak that keeps me healthy, that keeps me well, that keeps me connected to myself, to source, and to community, to family, to friends, to whatever, to life on earth. It's going to take like big, like shots of grace. Grace is like the message for the next coming up little bit of time. Give it to yourself and everybody else, please, because everybody's on their own timeline, but for real. It's true. So I'm encouraging all of us to be a witness. Please, if you can, see everything as love. You know, you can like it, you can not like it, it can hurt, it can feel great. Whatever it is, please, I invite you to see it all as love, as source, as spirit, as God, as a part of the universe, as an expression of the universe, always changing, always growing, always, always, always. Please, I invite you to see that. I think that's what's really going to allow us to catapult out, because whatever this new reality is that we are co-creating together, whether we know it or not, looks nothing like what we have lived before. It is so out of sight, yo, but for reals, that we can't even imagine it, because we get to grow through all of this together. Remembering the unified field that we live in, that we are in this quantum experience. And there's nothing that separates any of us. There isn't, other than a mindset that says that you are and I am separate. We have our own timelines, we have our own experience, we have our own expression. It doesn't mean that we're not all connected. Let us connect as we move forward in so much love and grace and compassion, for real, embodying what acceptance is. It's seeing the what is and being like, well, I accept it. Now let me be creative through it, right? No longer tapping into the fear, lack, judgment, and stagnation programs, because those are not in alignment with the new earth grid. It's just not. So I'm hoping, I intend to do my part and remind myself, and to hopefully be reminded by myself, nature, you, my friends, whatever, if I'm not being compassionate. Because where we're growing is a land of infinite potential. It is real. There is no lack. There is abundance. It's already here. We just get to go inward enough to recognize that what I am is outside of me, and what is outside of me is also a reflection of who I am. The seen and the unseen, the as above, so below. When we can recognize that oneness, we can play in this field of different realities, creating a unified field of the eternal now, where like the divine human embodiment gets to grow and rise, ascend, and be the embodiment of the divine, you know? So that's what I wanted to share. I had no idea when I hopped on here what I was going to share, but apparently this was it. So I hope it was of service. If you're moving through this energy and you would like some support, please, I have one-on-one sessions to support you in your quantum field and whatever timeline that maybe you're in, that you want to get out of, breaking out of the matrix, creating your own new program. I work with programs and data and all of the codes that create life that's loving, that's compassionate, that's creative and fun, and it's liberated. So not many of us have those tools. So if you would like support, please send me an email, reach out. I would love to support, because whatever is in your heart's highest good is in the highest good for all. And I just want to live in that world. Anyway, I hope this was of service, y'all. Take it in stride. Take that time when energy's coming in to play with it. Try it on. Show it off. When the humble pie comes, gobble it up. Gobble. Not like Thanksgiving, because that's just a weird holiday I don't encourage. Gratitude is good. Anyway, digress. And to take the inward time to really be in discovery of your shadow aspects, of your divine aspects. Be in discovery and courage to really look at them in light and acceptance, and to see what you can do with that. You know, can you use it as inspiration? Can you use these parts of you, whether you like them or not? Can you use them to shift and release and grow from? Can you reconfigure all that you discover about yourself? Not to be blaming you and shaming you, but to look at these things like, oh my God, this was the shit for the fertilizer that I am growing out of. Because I am the soil, and I am the plant, and I am the fruit, I am the water, I am all of it. Don't beat yourself up, please. Be kind with yourself, be kind with each other. Hence the word grace. Grace is coming at ya. Which also means boundaries to me. So like, please, hold up your boundaries. Have boundaries for yourself. Like, no, I'm going to say no to the boss because I need to take time. You know, or whatever. Like, boundaries to me is grace. So offer grace, please, with so much love. And know how loved you are. I love you so much. Yay, we're doing this. We're doing this thing called life. Anyway, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I look forward to seeing you again on another now. Okay, peace, bye.